last week, or even 2 weeks ago, we casted Rogue return to ESL, return to these online tournaments, and he's not looking too bad. Rogue was struggling last week, but he only just came back, so Rogue is still recovering his skill, and again, he's not looking too shabby whatsoever. I look forward to seeing the growth of Rogue over time. We also have Hero versus Creator, DRG versus Su, and Gumiho waiting in the lower half of the bracket. But here we go, we're diving into our next series, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Alkione, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg, representing Talon Esports. Now, a new papi. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the South Korean Protoss player. The blue Protoss just took down New Micah 2-0. Can he keep it up though against the best Zerg player in all of Korea? It is Stats. Dad got a little female Zergling. Yeah, it's really cool to see, like, oh my god, to see Dark now starting up his family. Meanwhile, we do see Dark also rushing into the gold base. This is a very common tactic here for Dark. Dark, he's very fond of rushing to the gold, specifically on Alkione. We've even seen, more often than not, Dark expand and take the gold base on this side of the map instead, to have like a bit of a faster rush distance across the map and to keep the pressure up on his opponent. So a very aggressive start here to rush into that gold. Meanwhile, Stats, how does he respond? 2-gate. He's going for a 2-gate opener here. What this means is that Stats, he delays his expansion, he delays his Nexus in favor of a second gateway. This means we're going to be rushing into a pair of 2 and then 4 Adepts very quickly, and the goal is to punish this opener. It's to punish the bases of Dark, whether it's harassing the gold base or harassing the main base. These Adepts are soon to be very active, and it's going to be on Dark to defend. So Stats is going to be responding aggressively here. And we'll see if he can. Stats didn't even build a baddie at the third. Confidence. True, papi, true. The confidence. But this is going to be a rematch. This is going to be a rematch here between Stats and Dark from GSL not too long ago. So it's great to see them hitting each other once again. There are those Adepts that we spoke about, again with the 2-gate opener. Adepts are moving out. And we do have the next pair of Adepts on the way behind this as well. Now, Stats, he has options. He could harass the gold, or he could try to harass the main base. That's the thing. Stats, he's split between 2 bases. Gonna have a hard time to defend. The Queens are coming out. Rocks are being knocked down. Adepts, they do arrive, but they do force the drones back. The dudes are not mining here at the gold base. The Rocks need to be shut down here to actually gain access to these Adepts. You can see once again, drones are zoned away. Rocks are knocked down. And now Dark can mine freely. Again, when you do go for this kind of opener, when you rush into this gold, it's so important that you break down these rocks. Otherwise, you're stuck on one side and you cannot defend. He does break through. Behind this, we do have a Twilight Council follow-up. Ooh, very aggressive. This looks like Glaive Adepts. Does look like Glaive Adepts. They do trade with the Lings, shading back home. And again, this was merely phase 1. Phase 1 of the aggression of Stats. Twilight Council follow-up here. We have pulled out of gas. It screams Glaive Adepts, and there it is. 2 more gates on the way. Glaives in production. 4-gate Glaives as the follow-up from Stats. Robo's on the way. That's going to be for the Warp Prison to reinforce. Stats going to be very aggressive, very committed here in the follow-up. And Dark confirms. Big scout here from Dark. He does get in with his Overlord. He does confirm the Twilight Council. He's fully aware of what's going on. Dark, he sees, he knows. And we have the Roach Warren on the way. To respond to these Adepts, we have the Roach Warren. Third base is being taken. We do need to spread creep very quickly here between the bases. We do need to connect them. Lings, they do manage to catch some of these Adepts. Very nice catch here from Dark. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. Oh my god. 3 Adepts do go down, and he wants the Stalker as well. He does get it. Very good start here from Dark. Again, this should not be happening. Ideally, Stats needs to preserve his Adepts, building up towards his Glaives. And Glaives is still not done, but he is pushing out. Meanwhile, Spinecrawler here at the gold. Roaches are amassing. Creep is spreading. Stats, he does pick off a tumor. Does shut down the active tumor. Dark overextending a little bit with his first queen. When it comes to the queen count, we only have 3. Only 3 queens to defend. But the goal base is paying off. We are massing more roaches, more lings. Spore crawler on the way even, not the spine. And with the help of these roaches, we can push through. One roach gets targeted down. Not a bad pick off there by Stats. Observer has arrived. We're going to be expanding behind this. This is not an all-in. It's only 4 gates. So Stats is expanding. But Dark, very proactive. He does pounce upon the army. Does force it back. Adepts shading on across towards that natural. But roaches, they are in position. A lot of Adepts are going down. We don't get into the mineral line. A big catch here from Dark. Looks like 2 drones go down, but only 2 workers. We shade back across towards the goal base, but we don't make it. We barely don't make it in time. And this is disastrous here for Stats. He invested so heavily into these Glaive Adepts, and what did he get? He got 2 drones. He got 2 workers, he got 2 roaches for 15 Adepts. And now this third base is exposed. And we're pushing. Dark, he's not slowing down, he's sending everything across the map, and we cancel the third. Stats, he doesn't even try to defend. I mean, there's nothing to defend. He only has Adepts, and he's contained to 2 bases. Dark, he's weathered the storm, he's successfully defended his goal base, and now he's the aggressor. Now Stats is on the back foot. File's going to be connecting. Shield battery under fire. We have a backup shield battery on the way. But Dark, he's breaking through. We have the overcharge, but there's just no wall. The wall is not a wall. GG gets called as the natural base is compromised, and Dark takes a 1-0 lead. GG. GG, well played. A solid start there out of Dark. Again, despite the fact that he rushed into the goal base, despite the fact that Stats was doing everything he could to punish it, going for the double gate opener into Glaive Adepts. He was caught out ahead of time. Really good scouting, really good response out of Dark. He was able to get into his roaches in time. He was able to zone away those Adepts, and he was able to shut down the aggression, and he barely lost any of his economy. Just a very solid response there from Dark. With that, Dark takes a 1-0 lead. GG. GG. Not to be that guy, but I think Dark and Stats are very good StarCraft 2 players, honestly. Oh, you're that guy. How could you? How dare you? Dare you call them good StarCraft play? Mate, they're great StarCraft players, okay? How dare you? How dare you underplay Dark and Stats? Esther alive in the wire, shaking my head. Funada. But here we go, we're getting into game number 2 and spawning in the top left hand corner of Oceanborn. We have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg representing Talon Esports, leading the series 1-0. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the ex-military Protoss. Just getting back into his stride, taking a bit of a loss in that first game, but looking to bounce back. It is Stats. Here we go. Stats are going to be looking to bounce back here in this series. The pressure is on. We're going to be loading into Oceanborn of all maps. Oceanborn, a map known for its aggression, known for its 2 and 3 base pushes. The reason why I say that's one of the big features of Oceanborn is the fact that this third base does not have a point of elevation to defend. Or I should say, it doesn't have any high ground advantage as we would on other maps. Specifically, because of the ramp here in the center of the map, you can actually gain or get onto the same point of elevation quite quickly. Because of that, queen-based all-ins, queen walks across the map are quite commonplace on Oceanborn. Dark is not above going for a queen all-in, going for a queen walk or a German taxi. So that is going to be in the back of our mind, in the back of Stats' mind, as we load into Oceanborn. But we shall see. For now, it's going to be a standard opener. It's going to be a hatch gas pool here from Dark. Standard opener from our Zerg player. Meanwhile, Stats going for his own gate expand into Cybercore. Nothing too crazy, and this time Stats is not tempted to go for a 2-gate opener. But remember, the reason why Stats even went for the 2-gate opener in the first place in game 1 was because of the goal base. So now that we have some standard openers, you know, Stats, he's going for a standard opener himself, and he won't be pressured to be too aggressive early on. So we're just easing into our series. Here we go. For now, we do cancel Warp Gates, so that is a sign that it's going to be a Stargate opener. Dark, he does confirm, he does get eyes on the cancelled upgrade. Stargate is on the way in the main base. Stats going for, I imagine, an Oracle-based opener. Nowadays, Void Ray openers are very out of fashion, they're very out of meta. We used to see them a lot more frequently at the start of the year, pre-IEM Katowice. But it has fallen off quite a lot, and it is much more of a rarity to not go for the Oracle and to go for a Phoenix or a Void Ray. It is quite rare. Behind this, Dark just going to be getting into his third base, massing a handful of Lings for some map control. Stats are back at home, going for his Oracle. With the help of this Oracle, he should be able to harass across the map and expand and take his third for his own. So overall, everything's looking by the book here from Stats. He can actually get into his game. He would be forced to be aggressive, which isn't necessarily the forte of Stats. You know, he's known as the Shield of Ire, not the Sword or the Spear of Adun, right? It's like, Stats, he's not the most aggressive player out there. It's not what he's known for, not what he's best at. So I do think that Stats is going to be a little bit more comfortable here in game number 2, getting into a much more standard build. As the Adepts are going to be racing back home, Ling's going to be harassing and applying pressure to the third base. Adepts, they get surrounded. Lings, they do collapse on this and do get a surround on one of those Adepts. Big catch there from Dark. He gets one. One Adept goes down. Ooh, that is a fast lair. Now, we spoke about the all-ins that are quite popular on Oceanborn at the start of the game. We spoke about how these like queen-based all-ins are very commonplace, and that's a fast lair. Now, with a fast lair, we could be going for a Nidus-based all-in. This could be for Drop Lords if we invest into Overlord speed. I don't see Overlord speed on the horizon though, so I'm curious. This could be a Link Queen Nidus all-in. We'll see how this all comes together. Yeah, Depth is going to be targeted down. At the same time, Oracles, they do get into the main base. They do not scout the lair. Good zoning from Dark. Dark, he does lose 2 drones here at the third base, but again, it's so important here for Dark to keep that lair hidden. He's taking a second gas geyser. I'm feeling Nidus play, but we'll see, as the Oracles don't quite make it in. Yeah, Lings are on the way. There it is. Nidus Worm is thrown down. Makes sense. You do need 2 gases to be able to facilitate for that, so it's going to be a Link Queen Nidus all-in from Dark. And does he have vision? He does have vision outside of the third base. Oracles, they do head towards that main once again. This time they do scouts. Big scout from Stats. He sees the lair. It could be one of 2 things. Again, either a German taxi or a Nidus. He knows that something is wrong, and the Oracles are going down. Back at home, we need shield batteries. Where are the shield batteries, Papi? You see the army being drawn away by that Overlord. Nidus is on the horizon here for Dark. We managed to get that Overlord, but alas, the Nidus is still on the way. Stats, he does scout it. He does spot it, and he does dive on top of it. It looks like he should shut it down. Ooh, just barely. We get a surround, and where's Blink? We don't have Blink. We get a full surround, and everything goes down. Nidus Worm is on the way. Shield batteries are not ready. And Dark, can he be stopped? It's going to be close. Barely the Nidus is denied once again for a second time. We get a third Nidus on the way, and the Lings, they're still wreaking havoc. The Oracles, they're running out of energy. The Nidus, it is delayed, but it cannot be stopped. It is inevitable. The Nidus will finish. And with the Nidus Worm, here come the Queens. Shield battery goes down. Probes are falling left and right. So the third base has been broken. We get Nidus Worm into the main. It's just Leapfrog on over. And Dark, he doesn't just want the third. He wants the natural. He wants the game. This natural base, or as his third base, is going to be falling. Yeah, the Nexus will fall. And from here, we can start laying siege upon that natural. Behind this, we're droning. To be fair, Dark, he is droning up. The Queens, they get the hell out of here. So many tumors get thrown down. Oh my god. Spending so much creep. Across the map, we managed to get a handful of drones. And Dark, because he has map control, what is the plan? We're throwing down Niduses everywhere. The plan here is to engulf the third base locations with creep and never allow stats to expand. Dark just asserting his dominance here. Spreading creep all over stats. We do get a big revelation, but we have links to deny this. Blink, we do blink away. Blink is done. But you can see Dark doing his best here to keep these tumors alive. Be as annoying as possible. Again, we're droning. We have a hive. Oh, we're rushing into a hive. Dark, are we going into ultras? I mean, we may as well. Like, Dark, he's having fun at this point. You know, he's taking a 4th base, droning up his 3rd. A lot of tumors are going down. We're spending so much energy here on clearing this up. But we still have more active tumors that were just barely missed. Speaking of tumors, again, we're just spreading creep here at the triangular 3rd as well. Spreading creep as best we can. Lings once again collapsing on these stalkers. But it looks like stats, he will finally be able to expand. Not without losing more stalkers though. Ooh, expensive losses here for stats. A big chunk of stalkers go down. And finally, stats will soon be able to expand once the creep proceeds. Behind this, Dark, he's going for 1-1 upgrades. The hive is finishing up. Based on these upgrades, I'm expecting an Ultra Cavern, but we'll see. Infestors are on the way to support. Personally, I would love to see Lingbane Hydra, but we would have seen a Hydra by now. We'd have already seen a Hydra den, we'd have seen more gases. Nidus Worm is going to be going down. Just knife that Nidus Worm. We have more bases on the way here for Dark. Bases are on the way. Still not quite invested. There it is. There's that Ultra Cavern from Dark. Again, based on his upgrades, based on his tech, it did look like Ultras, as we did mention. Show us the fungal. Ooh, big fungal here. We do catch some of these stalkers. A big chunk of stalkers go down once again. Expensive losses here for stats. Yeah, bleeding out far too much. The Oracle's doing what it can, but it's only 2 Oracles. And we just have an overwhelming amount of Lings chasing down these stalkers. 17 stalkers go down. And we're not done. We chase stats all the way back home. The 3rd base is still not back up and running. GG gets called. The writing is on the wall. We don't even get to see the Ultras, and Dark will take the series at 2-0. GG. GG, well played. A solid series there out of Dark. Very well done. Asserting his dominance and just looking so damn scary in that series. Able to bring stats down, able to get his revenge from what happened in GSL. GG, well played. GG, well played. Congratulations here, Dark Events. On my condolences to stats, as he is going to be knocked out of the bracket. It is single elimination. It is a brutal format. So my heart goes out to stats as he does bow out. And Dark advances on into the quarterfinals. I believe the first player to advance on to the quarterfinals, as we can take a moment here to have a look and to catch up on the bracket. Let's go. Exclamation mark